All right, guys. Woodworking and drinking beer. This is part 5 here. This is what we got, baby. I'm getting more and more excited every time I work on this thing. I mean, I don't know if you guys see the progress, but I certainly do, especially when you're doing the work yourself. I mean, it starts to feel good. Tonight we got the Three Floyds Brewing Corp. Not company, Corp. Space Station Middle Finger. It's a good one. Three Floyds, they're a good company. They're out of Indiana. I finished off my Dogfish Head tonight. I had 2 left. That's a good beer as well. But point being, woodwork. That's the important part. I'm going to keep this video short, sweet, and concise, unlike the last 6-minute video I did of me staring at the floor and rambling about beer and blah, blah, blah. So we're making progress. Again, every time I do something on this thing, I feel a little more proud. And that's the point. You know, you're making progress. You're coming along. You're honing skills. You're following directions and executing. So I'm going to bring up a couple quick points. Yesterday I left off with the top lag bolts on each leg. Tonight I brought my carpenter square up to each leg. I felt that everything was pretty square. I gave a little tappa to each leg in either direction, got it nice and square, and I got the bottom bolts inserted. Now, I will say you should listen to people's advice when they give it to you, i.e. your father or the YouTube videos you watch. What they did was they did one side at a time. I actually put both aprons on at once. I don't know why. It just seemed legit when I was drinking beer and doing some woodwork. I stood the bench up, and honestly, everything worked out, but the trouble I had was when I did the top holes, I drilled through the 2x10, found where I wanted to drill into the 4x4, got the hole started maybe a quarter of the way through, and then I moved the 2x10 and proceeded to drill the hole through the 4x4. When you stand it up, what happens is you got about 6 inches of material you got to drill through. Most drill bits, including your spade bits that do the drilling through the wood, making nice holes to be able to sink those lag bolts, they're not quite 6 inches long, but we made things work. We got the bolts inserted. I feel things are pretty square. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Now what we got to do is the cross braces, and the most important one being what is called, or what they call, the key. And what I did, and I'm pretty happy with this, is I sawed out a notch 4 inches deep as recommended by the plans on both sides, and it's pretty nice. I got the board in there pretty tight. I had to sort of tap it in with the hammer. I'd recommend maybe using a mallet, although the hammer didn't really do too much, but you'll dent your wood if you tap it too hard. But I got it in there nice and tight. We're gonna trace out the right lines for the board, cut out the board, and then it's gonna end up sitting flush with the rest of the bench, and then we'll have the key installed. After I install the key, I'm going to run some braces down from the top here to here, which is going to prevent, any more flexing or anything of the legs outwards. We're also going to install some braces here. And then once we get the braces installed, we'll be able to install the ribs, which are very similar to the key, but the ribs go on either side of the key. As you can see here, I sort of marked out where the ribs are going to go. With the saw, and over here I started some pencil marks, but as they say, measure once, cut twice, or maybe I said that backwards. Wow, this video is getting long. It's already 4 minutes and 15 seconds, but you guys really seen all the important stuff, the type of beer I'm drinking, the type of the progress I made on the bench. The garage is cleaner than it has been, which I'm excited about, and the bench is really coming along. I had some friends over tonight drinking some beer. Shout out to Andy Beck. And once he left, I figured, hey, I'll get a little bit more work done. It's getting late now. I'm going to get and see what the wife is doing and probably hit the hay. You guys have a great night. God bless you. Jesus was a carpenter.